What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is Monday morning, so that means another Monday morning sales update. We've got 12 orders going out. One came in this morning, so a little bit last minute, but still a nice sale. Yeah, I got 12 over on the bench over there. I'll go through all of them. And then we've also got my Saturday car boot back. So I've got this box down here, which is dedicated just purely to my Saturday car boot items. So this car boot I go to is pretty small, but the bargains are still there. So as you can see, absolute bargains in this box. I'll go through all these pickups one by one and tell you what I paid. But for now, let's start with the sales, which are over here. Yeah, so we'll go from there. I'll tell you exactly what I paid for each item, and I'll tell you how much it's sold for, whether or not it was a good pickup, a bad pickup, and yeah, you know the drill. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's see what's sold. So starting off, we've got this Fizz Creations slush puppy machine. These things used to sell really well. You pick them up in the summer and they'll sell almost like the same day or the next day for like 30, maybe even £35, depending on the model, whether or not you've got any accessories with it. This one here though, I paid £5 for in a recent car boot video, and it sold for £25.99. So not massive profits, but still a decent profit. And I've got so many boxes right now. I'll stick that in a box, quick easy shipping. Should be about £4.50 or something to send that. So yeah, a nice little profit maker. It's the sort of item people would buy it, probably use it like once or twice, and then it'll end up in the loft or at a car boot, ready to resell again. Okay, the next sale. Nice fresh pair of red Converse, like cherry red, really nice condition. They were worn once. She said in the description on Vinted that she wore them back from a party or something, so literally worn once, and I think they were a bit too small for her. As you can see, the condition on the sole was pretty good, no tread wear at all. Yeah, these have sold for £36.99, and she sold them for £5 on Vinted. I'll try and flash up the comp just to prove it, but yeah, £5, absolute bargain on these ones here. Next up, got this little camcorder carry case. It's made by Samsonite. It's the Trek King model. Never heard of it before, but I saw it for £1 at the car boot sale. I'm pretty sure I got it on film. Yeah, £1, only sold for £9.99, so a little bit of profit, but once again, stick it in a poly bag. Quick, easy shipper, little easy money maker. Keep an eye out. And the one that came in this morning, a nice little bread and butter sale. I'm pretty sure I paid £8 or £10 on Vinted. And as you know, gazelles in this condition, the soles are really dirty, but they're actually hardly worn at all. There's no actual like tread wear to them. Yeah, these ones here have sold for £47.99. Classic gazelle sale. I think I paid like £1.50 in a charity shop, probably about a year ago now, last summer. They're like Birkenstock lookalikes. They're made by Autenti, something like that, made in Spain. So yeah, they're good enough quality. Just the sort of cork sole sandals. They've sold for £9.99. So once again, a tiny little amount of profit. Like I said at the start of this video, some of these sales are good, some of them are bad. Got a cheapo pair of Brooks Asteria. So these ones here don't sell for much money, but I managed to get them on Vinted for like £1. This seller on Vinted, once again, was just getting rid of so much stuff really cheaply. And if I see Brooks, even though they're a really old model, so these were about £1 plus the fees on top, and they've sold on eBay for £14.99. If I knew they would sell for like £14.99, I probably would have just left them behind. But I thought, because they're Brooks, they might sell for maybe at least £20, but whatever, they've gone now, so happy days. Next sale, Cards Against Humanity. Can't remember what I paid. I want to say like £1 or £2 at the car boot. I get a load of you guys in the comments saying that eBay removed this from your shop when you try and sell it. I've never had that issue before, so I'm going to keep picking it up till eBay start warning me not to sell it. The only thing I can assume is your item specifics are a little bit wrong, so maybe look into that when you're next selling it. Make sure you've clicked like the board game item specific category thing. Managed to sell these for £14.99, so not too bad. Next sale, got these Climb X climbing shoes. So pretty good condition. I think they've only been worn once. These ones here, I want to say I paid £5 on Vinted. And the guy I bought them off, he actually sent them with the climbing chalk bag, what they have on their waist when they're climbing. So you get your fingers all chalky and stuff. And that actually had like £5 in old pound coins inside the little bag. And I've actually listed the bag as well for like 15 quid because they sell pretty well as well. So hopefully that will sell and it will add to the overall profit of this item. Next up, we've got these low suede Nike Blazers. Really nice colour. They needed a little bit of a clean up, but that's how I got them so cheap. I think they're only like £5 on Vinted. These ones here have sold for £27.99. Usually it's the high top ones that sell really well. But yeah, never sold the low ones before until now. Not massive profit, but enough for me. And the next sale, we've got this tripod legs. Got this bucket here with the ammo belt inside. And then the main event, got this huge Nerf gun Havoc Fire. So this thing here, paid £10 for 2 of them. One of them unfortunately didn't work, so that's in the Nerf gun graveyard over there. I've also got a Nerf gun graveyard going on down here, so we'll get into that later. But yeah, this one here sold for £39.99, so not a bad profit. Again, a little bit difficult to pack, but I've got a big enough box for that, so just stick it in a big box, make sure it's all padded and stuff, and should be fine with that one there. And even though the other one was broken, I did manage to sell the bucket separately with the ammo belt for like £20, £25. And I think I've also sold the tripod legs for that one as well for also like 15 quid, so still plenty of profit. If I actually split it all out, I could probably just make the same amount of money I would make selling it as a whole. But of course you want happy buyers, so sell it as a whole, make it nice and presentable, give them a whole working Nerf gun, they'll be happy. Alright, just on the last final 2 sales, got these Nike Wild Horse 7s. So, like trail runners once again, as I mentioned, look out for that mountain Nike logo sort of thing there. That indicates that they're a trial runner, and you can see they're a bit more robust than standard running shoes. I want to say I paid about £12 for these ones on Vinted plus the fees, so probably about £16 all in, which is paying up a little bit for the condition. They are a little bit worn, the soles are a little bit flat on this bit here, but they've still sold for £46.99. But that being said, they did sit on eBay for like 2 or 3 months, so it's a bit of a fine line with these shoes. I've had them in the past where they sell like within the same week of listing them, and I've had it like this one where they sit around a little bit too long. But I guess that doesn't matter too much if they do end up actually selling. That's the aim of the game, right? Right, and the final sale, the title of this video, the thumbnail, hopefully it should all be related to this. This one here, got this pair of Dr. Martens, you may recognise it. It is the one and only Dog Eaten Docs. So yeah, they are finally sold. They sat on eBay for about a month or 2, I think. Whenever I released that video was when I listed them pretty much, so I think that was about a month ago. Plenty of interest. They straight away started gaining watchers, but the thing is with doing YouTube, I start to get watchers who are just viewers of the channel, just interested in the item, if it's going to sell or not, and they keep an eye on it, so I don't actually know if they're genuine watchers or not. But finally someone has picked them off. They haven't left a note or anything, so I don't know if they're a subscriber or not, but if it is, thank you very much. They have finally sold full price for £64.99. So I'm very pleased to say that my gamble has actually paid off. Okay then, so it's now midday. All the parcels are out the door. Had 12 in total going out today, so not a bad weekend considering I hadn't listed anything for, like I said, the last 3 weeks. I did promise you a little Saturday car boot from the garage, so here it is. This is all the car boot stock apart from the Nerf guns there and a few little bags and stuff at the bottom, which I'm going to list one day, but they're a little bit too damaged and I just can't be bothered right now, so they're in the sort of death pile, if you will. Let's start with these here. I paid £8 for these kickers. So these are a black patent sort of sandal kicker, never seen them before. I thought they'd be worth a lot of money. She asked for £10, I managed to haggle her down to £8. I thought £8 probably into like £40, £45 because they're quite unique, condition's pretty good. Went on eBay, it's looking like in pre-owned condition, maybe more like 25, maybe £30 if I'm lucky. I'll give them a clean up and see how good they scrub up. If they're really nice, I might be able to aim a little bit higher, but I haven't really got very high hopes for these ones here. Anyway, next one, paid £3 for these. They look like a weird funky space boot, but they're actually genuine Uggs. Never seen them before. Yep, £3 paid for these from the same seller who also sold me these black leather Alfred Sargents. I'll get into them in a second. Yeah, these Uggs here though, go on eBay, brand new, over £100. Crazy. They need a little bit of a clean up. Yeah, £3 paid for these ones. Hopefully in this pre-owned condition, probably £40, £50. Not too sure, but I'm pretty certain my £3 is safe in them. And then, yeah, from the same seller, she had these Alfred Sargents, really good brand to look out for. Can't really see it there, but Alfred Sargent. £4 paid for these with the shoe trees as well. If I wanted to sell the shoe trees, I'd probably get like £5 to £10 on eBay, but I might just keep them for myself. There you go, there's the inside. Very dusty, need a nice little clean up. These are the Epsom model, so I'll flash up some comps. Probably expecting about £40 to £50 on these ones, because they're actually not too bad shape at all. It looks like they've kept the shoe trees in most of their life, which has taken out most of these creases around here. So, and you look at the leather soles, not too bad at all. Usually these are worn down really badly. It's quite nice to actually find them in half decent condition. And annoyingly, this same seller had 2 pairs of Clarks. She was asking £4 for. They were Clark shoes similar to these ones, which would sell for like £30, £35 on eBay. She had a pair of them. She thought they were the same. They're actually odd shoes, so unfortunately I had to leave them behind. Hopefully next week I'll go there and find those 2 pairs of Clarks, and they are brand new, so brand new shoes for £4. Even if they're Clarks, that's still an absolute bargain. Right, next up we've got these Panasonic landline phones. Got 2 of them there with the bases as well. They're just the basic model, nothing too exciting. I found it really funny though, because literally there was one stall with similar phones but Gigaset, so slightly different brand, and they are asking £10 for 2 phones. I'm just going to leave them in there. They were asking £10 for 2 phones. I said no, that's a bit too much, whatever. Moved on to the next one, and then they had this set here, and asked how much, and she said £1. So, and it was almost in like hearing distance of the stall previously. So I'm hoping they heard that she sold hers for £1, and they've way overshot their asking price of £10. Right, next up in the Saturday car boot box, got this Aeroware equestrian vest. You've seen me pick these up on the channel before. I paid £8 for this one, paying up a little bit, but the condition was really, really nice. This is definitely one of the nicest ones I've found. Looks to be worn about once, so easy £30–35 back on this one, hopefully. And then I picked up this vintage Volkswagen manual. I really don't know why I picked it up. I had no idea what it sells for or anything, but I just like the look of it. I thought it's really vintage cool. Got a little VW Beetle on the front there. Paid £2 for that one. Hopefully there's some profit. I'll try and give it a little bit of a clean up. Let's see if there's a year. And there you go, copyright 69 to 79. So I'm assuming this came out in 1979 because there's no later dates than that, but oh, there you go. That's got someone's name in it and the date 1981. So yeah, cool little vintage manual. Hopefully there's a buyer out there for it. I'll flash up some comps if I can find it. If I can't find anything, I'm probably expecting 10 to 15 on that one. Next up, got this Olympus Super Zoom 120. Couldn't believe I found this. This was sitting there quite late on in the car boot, just sitting on the floor. Everyone had left it behind. Of course, it's got its original box in like great condition. I'll just put the camera up here quickly. So you got the original case, you got the manual, well, got the instruction manual in there, got a battery which looks like it's kind of exploded, so at least that's not inside the camera, so that's a good sign. I haven't actually opened this yet, so hopefully it's actually the right camera it says it is on the box. I just gave her £2 and walked off and thought, yeah, that's fair enough. If I really wanted to, I could actually sell the box separately. I have sold these before for about a tenner. There you go. Good sign. Olympus Super Zoom 120. That's the camera there. It actually looks to be in really nice, clean condition. They're not quite on the Olympus Mewtwo level of like 300 quid, but these ones I'm hoping for around 35, maybe 40. Again, I'll flash up some comps. I'll just show you the inside of it as well. It has got a film in it. All the insides look nice and clean. Yeah, it looks very well looked after, which is quite rare for these old point and shoot 35mm cameras. Definitely an easy money maker. Keep an eye out on, just keep an eye out on most 35mm cameras, to be honest, because I think they're coming back into fashion. Right, next up, got this really dusty, beaten up Roberts radio. It's a Roberts Revival. I'll flash up some comps. I think they sell for around 35, maybe 40. I've sold it quite a few times. It does also have the original power cable in the box somewhere at the bottom. The guy asked £10 for it, but because the condition looked a little bit too beaten up, and you can see the area was kind of like really wobbly and stuff, I can probably tighten that up. I haven't tried yet. Started walking away after he said a tenner, and he said £7 to me. Then I came back to him and said, I'll take it for £5, but I can't really pay any more than that, just because I've had lots of bad luck with these in the past. Usually they look all good, but you open them up and they're all beaten up inside. Looks pretty good, clean condition. He actually agreed to my £5 offer and was happy to take that. It was quite late on at the car boot, so I'm thinking he just wanted the £5 in his pocket and to clear some space. But yeah, £5, hopefully it cleans up nicely and I can get 35, 40 quid for that one. Right, there was like 3 families, 1, 2, 3, all with separate stalls, and they all had really good items at really good prices. Didn't really need to haggle on most of it. Got this Panasonic sliding CD player. I'm not going to open it all the way in case it damages it. Got the power cable with it. No remote, unfortunately, but £3 for that one. I'll flash up a comp. These sell really well. I think about 30, 35 quid. And then from the same stall, classic scientific calculator, Casio. That one paid £1 for, easy £15 with free postage. I think these 3 families were just doing a massive clear out of all their... They obviously had like loads of random junk and they were just trying to clear it all out of this car boot because they had so much stuff. Picked this up from them as well. It's an old vintage Morphy Richards hairdryer. Things like this, paid £2 for it. Probably minimum £10, but I'll be aiming for like 15 to 20 on it. People want them for like props and stuff for movies. Yeah, if you see quirky items like this from like, I want to say 70s, 60s, 70s, do pick them up if they're in good enough condition because there is usually some decent profit to be made on items like this. Right, and from that same family, they also had a load of shoes. So they had loads of like brand new, almost brand new shoes on the floor, and I cherry picked the best of the bunch. There was like a few high-tech ones. She wanted £10 each, brand new high-techs. They weren't the most popular models or anything, so decided to leave them. She had a few Skechers which were a little bit beaten up, but I picked these 2 here. So start off with these Merrells. This was probably the find of the day. I'll just go for the condition with you. I've actually got an identical pair of these, which I use for my own walking boots. As you see, you got Gore-Tex, you got Vibram, Merrell. That is the profit-making trio. The condition of these is absolutely brilliant. I asked her how much, and she was like, oh, quite high on these ones, so £10. Of course, the way I see it now is like that's like £6 on Vinted plus the fees, which is an absolute bargain. But in this condition, I'm pretty sure they sell for around £50 to £60. I can probably just give them a quick little wipe down. Don't need to get them wet or anything. Get them straight on the listing bench and photographed. Right, and then coming down here, I think we're on the final item now. So I've got these Skechers here from the same seller as well at the car boot. Once again, they look hardly worn. They have been worn a few times, I can tell by the soles, but other than that, they're pretty good. You look at the uppers, no damage once again. In this condition, I'll be looking at about 45, maybe even £50, believe it or not, on these models. I think they're just really comfy. They've got the memory foam soles there, and people go crazy for all of that. Yeah, once again, I'll flash up some comps. Should be minimum £10 into £40. But yeah, she had a few other models of these Skechers, but they were just a little bit too beaten up, and she was still asking a tenner on them. I tried to get them a little bit cheaper, but she wasn't having any of it. So paid her the 20 quid, took these ones and the Merrills, and then carried on my merry way at the car boot. So yeah, an all-round decent Saturday car boot. So got plenty of stock to list right now. So I've been back from holiday for about a week now, and as soon as I got back, as soon as I was back in the flow, I was sniping on Vinted. A lot of those orders have shown up now, and I've put them all in this box now. I haven't even photographed them yet. I just put them in this box just to get them out the way. But yeah, we've got some nice gems in here. Got some Barber slippers there. They sell pretty well. These Nikes free run, these were only £5. Look at the condition of these. Beautiful condition. These should go for around 35, maybe 40 quid. Got some Gazelles. You know, I love my Gazelles. Never seen that style before though. It's got like 3D stripes on it, which is pretty cool. Really, really nice red Sambas. I'm tempted to keep for myself, but we'll wait and see. Some Skechers, Sauconys, yep, all that stuff, but I'm sure you'll see it in an upcoming video. So yeah, we are well and truly in the flow of things now. We are back and we are listing. That is the aim of the game for this month. But yeah, that will do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please do hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on your way out, and I really do appreciate you watching. Bye.